I wonder if I'll look like less fat if I have. This thing makes me look kind of fat. Which I am fat. Fuck. Okay, maybe I'll just like hold it or something. Like hold like it. Oh shit! It's already recorded.
Well, because you already hit the record button, you don't have to chop this off. Your phone is capable of that, right? Just chop off the end at the beginning and then stick the two things together. That's easy. Yeah, that'll be easy.
Dax found a video. We're gonna
All right then, we are nearing the end of our first video, so we're going to have a little shift. Instead of bringing up a topic, we're going to play a clip from the internet and just react, review, discuss things about it, ask questions. And because this clip exhibits violence and real life people who are the victims of this violence, we won't be showing it online. You can go find it yourself. You can probably recognize from the resulting audio, but we will describe what is happening. So.
Oh, he lit a joint on the train.
He was on the train and lit a joint.
Somebody was mad, and now they were like.
Someone asked him to put out the joint because he's in a public space.
Okay.
Now, and then he beat the crap out of him. He immediately went to violence when asked to do
he didn't even give him a
basic
chance.
Societal thing to put out the joint.
Yeah.
Well, the guy who asked him to put out the joint didn't throw blows first. It was the guy who was being asked to put out the joint. He immediately resulted in punching. He got mad.
Why would he be smoking on the bus?
Well, it was a train, but
a train. What? You couldn't wait till you got home?
Yeah, couldn't wait to get home to get high, I guess.
Are you that much of a dope fiend?
Now, he said joint. It might have been a cigarette. I couldn't confirm, and I can't smell it. You can't box a smell.
That was not a cigarette.
But I suspect it was a joint based upon its size and shape. I don't think anyone manufactures cigarettes that look like that.
Yeah.
They might be home rolled, but to be fair and all that. But what's amazing is that was in a city. I don't know which city. I don't know if it was Chicago, New York. It was clearly an American city. It was a commuter train, not like a cross-country train, not like an Amtrak train. It was an in-city train. Yeah. So these are lighter weight built things for being inside the city limits, for getting on and off. So I can't deduce exactly where it's located, but this is the kind of place where you have certain societal expectations to behave when in public.
Yeah, sure.
So the question is, why does he think he does not have to behave when in public? Why can he immediately resort to violence and just do that so fluidly? What is wrong with him?
I would say, for one, it's probably in a high crime area, for one. And for two, if you are taking a risk to smoke, you're already breaking the rules, for two. High crime area, you're already breaking the rules. And, they obviously don't care. They're not self-aware, they don't care. So they just think that their life is not going to have any consequences. They probably feel like nobody's going to say anything to them. And when somebody did, they automatically went to violence because they obviously don't have any, self-regard. They don't care about what other people are going to say. They don't value other people's experience. And they just don't give a shit. They're just probably a ghetto person. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm thinking of Elvis Presley. Cold and gray Chicago morning, little baby child was born in ghetto.
That's just ghetto fabulous behavior, and I would not be caught dead in that area.
I would say that the modern day ghetto is the result of media. It's the result of us building it in the public eye through Hollywood, through the lens of Hollywood, because many older people will say, that never happened when I was growing up. That never was the case.
Yeah.
You see someone who's walking with a cane and they're like, it never happened. We talked about this being a rough town because of the 1 or 2 incidents that happened per year.
Right.
And now it is 1 or 2 incidents per day. and the incidents changed. It went from being this to this. It went
You
from
know
being
why?
this to this. I
Because
think
of the
it's
music.
because of music and media. What
Yes.
people decided to put
Yes.
forward.
And lower IQ people, they see that people are visual people. They see that and they think someone of influence or someone who is like a rap star or music star. Oh, well, they're living that lifestyle. I can too.
And they don't even realize that might not even be real.
It's not even real.
That might not even be real. The most like hard guy you know about, probably lives behind a gated fence. He probably lives with security. He probably lives with so many layers of protection around him, so that the hard life is actually just him sitting by a pool and going, wow, I'm so glad I don't ever have to feel like I'm in danger. It's like, that's not
right.
No, and no one wants to feel like they're in danger. No one should. But to be on a bus, to be in a public setting and be lighting up a joint, we had this huge societal push for no smoking in a public place.
Yeah.
So, you had movies like Thank You for Smoking. You had all this. I remember growing up, we had the smoking and non-smoking sections, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually those sections went away, and
Yeah.
now kids don't even know, why is there this other room built onto this old restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, that used to be the smoking section.
Yeah.
And they don't even realize. It's like, oh crap, you
Because
never grew up with ashtrays on the table. Isn't that
For
cool?
one, if you don't smoke, you don't like to smell it. For two, now we know it's incredibly unhealthy and addictive. Why would, even if you did smoke, why would you want other people and their children to see that?
But judging from his age, he's around our ages.
Right.
So he would have grown up in that environment of smoking or non-smoking. So why pick that losing hill to die on for the thrill of a fight? I think it's because he wants a fight.
Yeah.
Because
there's
he's
some
lighting
built up
up
anger inside.
He's lighting up because he's like, anger and wrath and rage are just natural parts of my human condition.
Yes.
And I need to indulge in them to feel like I'm in a familiar place, not a safe place, but a familiar place.
Yes, absolutely. I would tend to agree with that.
So what is the solution for behavior like that on public transit? What do we do to fix that?
I mean, honestly, there's nothing we can do other than give our opinion, because people have to value and work on themselves. I can't fix anyone. I can only fix me.
Let's give you a tyrannical amount of power in a hypothetical scenario. If you were the tyrant of the city that could do or say anything you want, for better or for worse,
I would give him the benefit of the doubt, and I could tell he's an angry person. He probably has some kind of childhood, early adult trauma, and I would put him through some massive counseling. And if that didn't work, then I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. I would probably send him to, I don't know.
I personally would hit their wallet where it hurts. I'd give them a travel ban, so they're off all public forms of travel. Yeah. Any violation will result in prison time, and not the fun prison time. We just put you in a cell and leave you there for 6 weeks.
But honestly, I don't agree with that, because prison makes a lot of people worse.
It does.
It makes them harden worse people.
It really does. But I have my own grievances with the prison system, but
Right.
But hit them on their wallet, and they will stop quickly, because they can't afford to not be able to take the bus. They can't afford to lose their job. They can't afford this and that.
I agree.
And if a fine could also be connected to a seizure of, like, temporary seizure of private assets until the fine is paid, I promise you, the second he gets on a bus and realizes, this will cost me my TV, my heater. They even took the plumbing out of the walls of my house. Or let's face it, he's renting. They forced me to downgrade to a single where I was living in it's not worth it. It's not worth my time. But of course, the police are probably really underpowered right there, and they're probably undertrained. They probably don't know how to. So it's
don't get me on that topic.
The problem is that issue of a person going crazy on the bus, you don't have the society to support fixing it.
They may have mental illness too.
Yeah, they may have mental illness issues. So that's the symptom of your much worse problems within that city, and you can't even begin to address it because of the worst problems. And the worst part is, the people who run that city are spending all of their time telling the rest of the country without crazy people on bus, trains, or whatever it was, how to run their cities.
Yeah.
It's like, let me tell you how to run your city. You need more crazy people on these buses. You need more people bent over in the streets that are puking their guts out. You need more of this. We need the great inner city lifestyle in the suburbs today. Get rid of these cul-de-sacs. We need traffic. Where are your kids doing playing? Playing kids? No, they need to be inside and afraid. It's almost like...
No, it's a very inverted, perverse system.
I almost feel like every politician from like a major city is like the drug addict of the family who shows up to the family reunion to tell other people... Tell other people how their lives should be lived. Is like, I know you got 3 kids. I know you're raising them good. They're going through college. Let me tell you how life actually works. And it's like, didn't you wake up in a dumpster yesterday? It was a nice dumpster. Golden Corral. Free rolls.
No, all of the politicians, I don't care what side of the fence you're on, they're criminals.
Well, you have to be a politician.
Why do we need them then?
Well, I would say, and this is a bit of a topic switch, so for the end of the video. Topic switch. I would say it's a lot like an HOA. No one needs an HOA. No one wants an HOA. All you wanted was that little patch of grass in the turnaround, to your cul-de-sac.
If they didn't want it, they would fucking move.
All you wanted was that little patch of grass mowed. That's all you wanted, but you also didn't want to be the one to mow it every single week. So you got the HOA and you agreed, we're going to go on rotation. John's going to mow it, Bill's going to mow it, Hank's going to mow it, then I'm going to mow it.
No.
The problem is who gets in control of something
Whoever's
like that.
in control gets a tiny bit of power, and they start walking around with their clipboard and going in people's houses and all that bullshit.
I'm not going to control the HOA because I don't want to do it. And the only thing I care about is mowing that little patch of grass anyway. So I'm like, I'm not going to do it. But then Bill's wife raises her hand and she's like, I'm Karen. Nice to meet you all. I can delegate this, and I can also do some other things to make sure our community is nice and safe and clean. I was like, all right, yeah, go do it. It's, we'll have a meeting about it once a month or whatever, for drinks and beers.
I guess.
But then it goes to her head. She pulls out the clipboard and she is calling the police on like random people who are just delivering packages. So the person you least want in that position is the person who most wants it. The person you most want in that position is someone who's completely done with it. I would quote Star Trek and say that leadership is meant to be thrust on the person who wants it least.
Why?
Because they're the ones who will not abuse the power. They're the ones who will weasel and do everything to get out of it. But they're the ones who will have the most profound...
That's not a good leader then.
But they are a good leader because when it's time, they'll mow that little strip. They'll say, Bill, it's your turn, his turn. Why was I called in today? I don't want to work today. You don't want me to work today. No one wants a leader. Let's just make me, he'll weasel out, he'll be crawling around the ground. Please let me out of this. Just mow the lawn.
To lead, you have to be taught. You have to have a teacher to be a leader.
Leadership skills is a learned art, I will admit that. But oftentimes the person with a natural leadership skill has zero interest in it. There's a little bitty bop here.
Yeah, Bitty Bop has joined us. She loves sitting with her mama wherever I'm at. She's my perfect baby.
So we've discussed things and come to no conclusion, as every episode will likely come to the conclusion of nothing has changed, but that's okay. Sometimes the status quo is just the natural order. And we're rounding to the end. Anything you'd like to say to the audience on the way out?
No, I would never live in a community with an HOA. I'm very simple. I want a cabin in the woods with no people around me.
I would tend to agree with that.
And a little farm and a farm stand. That's like my dream. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a simple person.
Of course, I would never live in an HOA. No. That's communism. That's communism manifest, and I'm not a communal person.
Well, they have manifested that reality because if you didn't want that, you would manifest and create a different reality.
Yeah, this is my land, that is your land,
right.
you know, and we will work together to build the fence. That way we can be good neighbors.
Yeah.
The fence folds down and turns into a picnic table.
We can like trade, but
yeah,
that's about it.
We'll do picnics once every week or so. But then when it's time to just do my daily grind, is like leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. We'll just do it.
Your kids can play with my kids, all that. Like
HOA is not going to
extent.
happen. If trash blows through the wind and lands on my lawn, I'm going to pick it up. I'm not going to ask, is this your bottle? No, I'm going to pick it up and just be like, oh, look at that trash on the lawn. I'm a very leave everyone alone kind of person. So to me, who's capable of picking up a piece of trash without freaking out, an HOA is just completely not functional. But maybe the person watching this lives in an HOA is now thinking about the person who with binoculars looking through their window. But yeah, see you all later. And thank you for joining us here on Reality Check, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Like and follow for more.